But yeah, so I had a few hiccups along the way. As you guys may have seen in the speed build, there was a situation where literally all these 4 rides were broken. Then I looked at my park management. I looked at employees and I was like, wait a second, I don't have any more mechanics. Alright guys, hello and welcome back to another episode of Planet Coaster with me, Spacefish. And welcome to this now ever bigger park. It's constantly growing, isn't it? It's very nice. I mean, as you guys remember in the last episode, I did kind of focus on a bit of expansion, you know, just getting the ride up here, getting this little bit of an entrance, you know, starting to plan out what kind of stuff I would like to put where and everything. And didn't really do too much of a scenery job, as I'm always kind of low on money in the last bit of time, you know. I'm just really trying to get more and more visitors into this park that I can then make more and more money off, hopefully. And, you know, due to that, then reinvest that money into more scenery and all these good things. Now, if you guys remember, I really wanted this to be the starting part of our first coaster. So what I'm thinking is the plan that we'll definitely have another ride over here, and I would then have a coaster like either here or here, maybe even across the whole space, who knows, and get the first thing up and running over there. But as you guys also may know, we are still lacking a bit of research in that regard. So I will need to take care of doing some of that. And I will probably also need to take care of getting like another ride maybe. Getting the scenery rating up on this thing, then getting the scenery rating up on the other thing potentially. And, well, then maybe, you know, eventually I will just have enough money while still waiting for research to be done that I can focus back on other things like getting the fairytale theme finally done, getting the dragon theme finally done, getting like some nice house or something going that we can put these stores and all that good kind of stuff. Also this scenery is obviously like there's a lot of things, right? A huge ton of things still to be worked on. There's definitely enough work to take care of, but first, I really just need to take care of getting some more money rolling in. So with that said, guys, I have kind of made the determination that for this episode, I really just want to make it as long of a speed build as possible. And then if I, if I incorporate any new rides into this, if I incorporate any financial things into this, just research things into this, I will, the new rides I'll obviously show you. But if I, for example, wait for money or research, I'll just, try and cut it out and, keep everything else, like even just making new rides a bit in the speed build and explain my train of thought to you guys after the fact. So, in the interest then of keeping this little bit of me rambling on as short as possible, I will transition you guys over to the speed build. And I hope I'll see you after and that we will have some awesome new stuff created in this park. So see you guys soon. I
got enough of every melody, they all sound the same. Yeah, for my broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so good. Ooh. Memories now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. We can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do 'cause I'm I'm feeling so cool. What's on the other side of inhibition? Ooh, I do you do 'cause I'm feeling so cool. You gotta notice, hey, I'm falling in love. You're feeling something, hey, you cannot control. Just in time.
heart's colder, I will wait for you. The glitch in your eyes pulled me under, but I will wait for you. There's nothing left for me to do than run and act myself a fool. No point in trusting anyone. Your eyes of diamonds keep me up. Never thought that it could be this rough. No point in trusting anyone.
Alright guys, hello, and welcome back from the Speedbuilds. As you can maybe tell from my voice, I'm actually pretty tired because I did stick a lot of work into this stuff today. I've been going for a very, very long time. I, as you guys can see, started out with this whole part because I really didn't like the whole way that I left this behind, and I think like this as well, it's just like me scheming kind of the outlines of like a forest of how I would want to actually make it, but not really getting it there. So I decided that for this major kind of part where I want to separate these two areas, I already wanted to get that kind of stuff going and get some kind of forest going. So as you guys could see, I spammed a lot of fir trees, and then like when transitioning over to this part here, also decided to do like, you know, like a bit like more trees that are sort of off that theme, so kind of more a bit temperate trees, if that makes any sense. Also had like this idea of having like a fallen over fir tree right here, which I really liked. Kind of obviously looked a bit weird right here, but kind of covered that up in bushes, and now it's just like there's a fir tree which has fallen over during some storm or something. So I really kind of like that idea, I have to say. And then in the middle, you know, obviously added all these bushes so people can't actually see through. I added some like flowers here and there, just kind of had the thought of like making it look a bit like there's some wild flowers growing in there in that forest. So yeah, that's kind of all about that, really. I did expand on these rocks a bit here, but really not too much. Just wanted to get kind of the initial zoning of this area going. But as you guys may know, this is like the fifth scenery by now. So it's well, very far at the back for like actually making it something, and I wanted to actually take care of other things first. And then Sanity 6 is apparently no longer new, so that's actually very good to know too. But yeah, so I had a few hiccups along the way. As you guys may have seen in the speed build, there was a situation where literally all these 4 rides were broken. Then I looked at my park management, I looked at employees, and I was like, wait a second, I don't have any more mechanics. So yeah, my mechanic just went bye-bye in the middle of a shift, left me hanging, and well, there I went. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Like this whole employee situation trouble has yeah, been pretty crazy so far. But well, hired it. Another 2 got the whole mess under control. Best part was after like the first one was fixed right here, the boom boats actually broke as well. So I was totally out of money because all the guests had left. And well, by now you can probably see I've got a nice little bunch of money of like 10k down there, so I am doing a lot better by now. Regardless, with all the stuff that I did here, I actually managed to bring the scenery up to 70% on this ride, so we are still in a pretty decent spot, I would say, for it. Certainly not optimal, but as I said, I wanted to kind of focus more on actually getting these things done, you know, actually getting more work in on these sceneries, and then working off one after another, and actually well, getting a good bunch of work done on these, because we do have a good bunch of money now, so I don't think like the priority should be anymore this huge like just massive expansion without much scenery work. But I do think I have now got some more time for this whole creative work, which I think is awesome. That said, we were researching stuff, and I'm actually not sure it's done. Looks like it is, so let's have a look together, shall we? I'm really interested in what it is going to be. Kickflip. Okay, so a thrill ride called Kickflip. We do have some new research options, so we could probably start going for those, especially like coasters and stuff. I do feel would be very interesting to me. These two look interesting. That kind of looks like wooden roller coasters, so that would probably fit nicely into the theme of this park. albeit I would probably not be placing it here. Like over here, I would be something with like rails like this, so something more modern. And then maybe somewhat over here or somewhat over here would be where I would have like a wooden roller coaster, but that definitely needs to be in the park, like 100%. No chance to not have that in here. So yeah, I mean, maybe we can look into a bit of research there in a second, but I'm not done with showing you guys stuff yet, because obviously I started work on here. So I firstly designed this whole entry area a bit more. I obviously got some more floral creepers going here to kind of smooth that part off a bit. I got some of these nice well, not bushes, what is it, hedges, yeah, right, some nice hedges going with like a nice archway, some nice decorative elements, just to kind of, you know, get an impression of an actual, you know, entrance area that's somewhat closed off, that's somewhat looking good, with a good bunch of trash that you can admire while you're walking past. Jokes aside, where my janitors at? Free roaming, both on a high workload, both on a low. Okay, let's train both of them. Oh, scheduled to do training, so they will do it on their next rest, and then hopefully with that extra amount of training, their workload will lower a bit, and they will be able to clean this stuff a bunch faster. Fingers crossed that will actually work out. And then a bigger project, which actually took me like an easy 10-15 minutes or something, was this right here. So I really had this imagination at the very start for this fairy tale-ish part of the scenery, right? To have like a sea of flowers going as you walked in. And honestly, I wasn't really looking at tulips, but it was the only thing that I kind of felt fit the whole idea size-wise. I would have, like, honestly, not even begonias. I would have loved something like, I don't even know if that type of flowers is in here. No, I think something like petunias or something, you know. Something, you know, a little more, well, not to say flat, but, you know, like a different shape of flower, pretty much, was the idea. Colourful. Tulips are certainly, and the great part is I can actually change color and all this stuff. So that was like my main kind of primary idea, was that I would need to be able to change the color. Now, if you guys saw here, I tried to start off with a welcome, which I thought was a great idea because it seems like very warm and a nice, very warm welcome when you go in here, and like fits the theme very nicely. So I tried doing that. Didn't quite work out for space, unfortunately, so I just changed it to this nice and slight little hello. I think that's still pretty fine, and overall I think we'll be fitting in very nicely as you go in here. You know, the sea of flowers and well, some nice, you know, fairy tale scenery right here, and then you come around here and you get even more fairy tale scenery and you go in there. So like, I think like this sea of flowers kind of idea concept that I am trying, or was trying to get in here, is hopefully a very nice fit for the scenery. And then, you know, just this little bonus of walking past and you see this nice message just welcoming you to the ride, I think is a very nice one. Kind of sad that the welcome didn't work out, but I hope that you guys like this version too. And well, yeah, that's about it. That's all that I did. It seems like so little, but it actually took me a lot of time, and that's really because I'm very, very perfectionist with this kind of stuff. I know you guys know that from like career mode. I already was pretty perfectionist when it came to these kind of things, and that has very, very much carried over to my personal park, if not even gotten a bit more crazy, because like I really want to make this look as good as possible. And if you guys see here, I really spent a lot of time just aligning these things like as perfectly as possible, not having a single thing off, and if I ever spotted one, I immediately change it. So it was like a very, very peculiar work, and definitely paid a lot of attention to that. And then, well, same thing for the forest. I didn't leave any blind spots, I didn't leave any flowers out where I thought they should have been flowers, and I tried to get a lot of variation in there as well. So yeah, that's about it for the speed build, and I hope you guys liked that part of the video. And with that said, let's have a quick look at research now. So research, we've got a bunch of coasters, and the issue always is that I've got absolutely no clue what they're looking like. So total cost 3k, monthly cost 1k to 3k. It's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. Reward reborn to loop. I like this reborn to loop thing. That sounds kind of interesting to me, to be honest. I think let's start research on that. I'm going to keep it at the lowest amount possible. Estimated research cost 3k. Let's hope it stays at that. Approximately 90 days though. So that is definitely something to take on in the next episode then. For the time being, I do hope that you guys like the speed build. I do hope that you guys like that I finally had some time to further bring along this concept, and then hopefully with all the money that we now have in the bank, we can spend even more time on this whole scenery in the next few episodes and finally get this concept finished and get it to look nice and make you all happy with what I am doing here. So let me know what you guys think about this stuff that I did down here in the comments. Let me know if you have maybe any interesting ideas that I could be taking into account, and other than that, you know, if you enjoyed this episode, as always, definitely make sure to hit that like button down below. And if you're new around here and enjoyed this episode and would like to stay around for more of my content, of course, also make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, as well as the bell icon right next to it. And with that said, guys, as always, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I hope you'll have a great weekend, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.